textbook perspective looked like it would lead to success. They've taken risks. So they maybe took the job that was like one job away from what they wanted, or they maybe went to the community that wasn't the most popular or the most attractive community, or they maybe took on the business that looked like it was failing, or maybe it was failing, so they got a good deal and that's why they bought it. But they followed that instinct that drove them to success. And so I think for me, that is absolutely another characteristic that if I were looking at, well, how, have I had success? It's definitely been about not just what the clear message has been, trying to find the message in the message, and being comfortable that you do have a sixth sense if you believe it that way, or you just can kind of feel when something's right, and a lot of times you can feel when something's wrong. And kind of following that is okay, because the worst thing that happens is, right, you make a bad decision and you make a different one. The last one that I have as it relates to house is have fun. Anybody subscribe to that? I look like a fun person. but I'm a comedian. But I do think that humor contributes to a better disposition, I think, because if you are a 40-something for a little while, mom of two, wife of one, executive of many, and you take it too seriously. So literally yesterday when I was driving from LaGuardia to the New Jersey airport, I took it too seriously. May have had to take a detour to one of those hospitals we passed along the way. But you have to just sometimes fall into the funny part of it, right? Like, this is like a total joke, I can't believe it. And try to be comfortable bringing that into your business. People want to see, and everyone's personality is extremely different, right? So I'm pretty comfortable talking in front of people or whatever, but I understand that some leaders are phenomenal, and that is just not what they like to do, right? They can run the business, they know the numbers, they totally understand how to get it done, but they may not be the person that wants to stand up and talk and do those things. But you have to show people, I believe, for success if you're going to be in a people business, and most of the things that we do, I don't care how behind the scenes they are, they involve people. If it's just your coworkers or your clients, you have to show them the human side. And there's something about humor, isn't there, that shows the human side in a way that's incredibly engaging. So being able to make light of yourself in situations where that's appropriate, in front of people that you lead, is such a character that I've observed in other leaders that I try to emulate. And having fun as a team, just an incredibly impactful way to create success and build strong relationships, right? Because in those moments of laughter, you kind of see who people are, right? You just like let it down a little bit and not have to be so intense. So definitely another success, trait, I think, are people who are okay to have fun. They go fully. Now, why can't we say fully? See, what's the problem? It's not a coined term.
Well, the person who invented it is attempting to
trademark it.
So far, I understand it hasn't been approved. In fact, it was denied once. He's still, but I think he's
working on it.
So his attorney is sending letters to people.
So the football, because I don't want to have any problems here, but the football bowling concept that Sandy was talking about, just as a point to end on, I had the opportunity, my boss, who is big on fun and engagement, our holiday parties are always incredibly unique, right? And we don't do them in December, so that's like a part of his respect for the fact of how crazy our lives are. It's really difficult to, because December is literally like that, like he has something every night. So we normally do it in January, and it's something really corny and cute, because this is how he shows his humor. So this year, he says we're gonna go and we're gonna football bowl. You can imagine the looks on our faces. We're like, what? Like, how does this come across as a good holiday celebration? But if you can see President of Henry Ford Wyandotte, President CEO of Henry Ford Macomb, President CEO of Henry Ford West Bloomfield, Chief Operating Officer and President of Henry Ford Health System, President of Henry Ford Community Care Services, our Chief finance person for our team, just titles that are huge, people that are extremely accomplished out there with a football trying to knock over some bowling pins. You would definitely appreciate that having fun breeds success. So I think that it is definitely something that you obviously I'm sure I already do, but I think I would put it in my nuggets. So as I kind of wrap up, because I want to give time for you guys to ask questions if I can answer them, I think the kind of, if I were to say, from a total success perspective, I personally look at what I've done as just a part of the journey. I don't know ultimately what success will look like. I've been fortunate to have a couple of leaders that have mentored me that have made it to successful retirements. And if you do a little research on healthcare people, they're hard to give up, right? If you think about your own personal physician or your parents' physician, I'll put it in that context. Think about how rarely they actually retire. Not often, right? They kind of work, because they can work, surgeons maybe not. But a lot of, family docs or whatever, they work forever. Healthcare leaders, they go out, kick it and stuff, and they don't want to leave. Because it is cool, fun, joyful work if it's work that you've come at because you want to serve people. So I think as I look at my own personal journey and success, I see them as, steps along the journey, and I do try to vision, okay, how does it end? What does it look like? I'm at the point now where I can almost see that, although it's still some years away, but what does it end? So I think as I close, I would just say when you think of success, think of it as a continuation. So everything that Tony shared in terms of just the amazing accomplishments, I don't own them. I share them because I don't do it, by myself. So definitely your success normally is going to be shared. I don't really care. I mean, if you just consider your birth, right? Mom and dad had to do something to get you here. So you're sharing your greatness with somebody. So success is definitely not something that you feel like you own. And I don't think it's a one point in time, right? Because you perhaps are only as good as your last success. So while there are a lot of amazing things I think that everybody in this room could delineate and say that we've accomplished, you're going to stay on the journey. So you just have to remain open to how do you allow other people to influence you and continue to contribute to that. So thank you so much for having me. I do hope that something I said was different than what you read on the website, because I think a lot about that now with the ability to Google up everything that I don't tell you something you already know. So just a tremendous honor to be able to be here with you, and I will open it up for questions. And I have plans because they'll ask me something if you guys don't.
Were you always interested in healthcare? You said you chose a major that led you in the way you wanted to go. Were you always interested in healthcare?
Great question. I was. So when I went to the University of Michigan, I was pre-med, and I thought I wanted to be a pediatrician. I had a couple of experiences like volunteering at Children's Hospital, being with sick kids, and helped me decide maybe I didn't want to do that. So definitely always healthcare, but I thought on the delivery side. So I had maybe two alternatives to being a healthcare administrator. One was to be a pediatrician. The other was to be a clinical psychologist. Again, I would be a child and adolescent psychologist. I tried a little bit of that as well. I didn't really like it. And just by fate, actually, I lived, the residence hall that I was in as an undergrad, I lived close to the School of Public Health, which is where I ultimately went. And I worked on a research project there that really just opened my eyes to all the possibilities that there were on the kind of business administrative side of healthcare, and that was what made me decide to get that degree. It means I did a good job, right?
Yes.
No questions.
Thank you
No.
so much.
Thank you so much, Denise. We really appreciate that. I like to have fun too, and I tend to go to humor a lot. And as much as I'd like to tell you that I was chuckling last night, seeing the humor in the fact that I had almost 60 people coming today, and my speaker was in New York. But Hanan kept me sane, and she kept me posted, and she said, unless you're hearing something, she's gonna be there. So you got in about midnight last night, yeah. So thank you so much for getting up early after you didn't get in until very late and coming here and sharing with us. We really appreciate it. So thank you all. We will be doing this again. Probably will be early October. So we'll keep you posted on that. And I know there are lots and lots of great women of achievement in our area, so that we can all learn from them and we can all be inspired by them. So we hope to see you at some of the chamber events. Am I forgetting anything I'm supposed to say? I want to thank our sponsors again. I want to thank Beaumont for being our presenting sponsor for this entire series. And so we do appreciate that because that really allows us to keep our price low so that everybody can afford to join in this. And we thank Health Alliance Plan for sponsoring this event as well. So thank you all. Have a wonderful day. I know there's more coffee back there. I don't know if there's still breakfast out, but have a wonderful day. Enjoy the sun's shine. And somebody said we should all be on a boat today. If you can find a boat, get on it. Enjoy.